Hey everybody, it's the 2nd of September. Yesterday was the first day of a brand new month. It was also the first day of spring 2022, and it was also my first day back in New Zealand. I just got back from my epic 24-day backpacking Australia trip, and it was incredible. I spent most of my time in North Queensland and a couple days to wrap up the trip in Sydney, which quickly became my brand new favorite city in the world. If you didn't watch that vlog series, go ahead, check it out. You won't regret it. It's amazing. It was also like a really good trip to me because it got me back into the flow of traveling. I'd basically not traveled for ages, so this was a really great opportunity for me to go to a destination that wasn't very far away, was much warmer climate to the winter in Wellington that I was experiencing, and was pretty familiar because a lot of Australia reminded me of New Zealand and vice versa. So it's a very familiar place to travel for me as someone who's lived in the country now in New Zealand for almost 3 years. It really does kind of go hand in hand. Australia and New Zealand, they're very, very similar just in terms of the culture, the setup of the cities, the infrastructure, similar stores, almost exactly the same actually, some of the stores, and just the general vibe. Pretty similar. I know a lot of Kiwis are probably mad that I just said that, but basically you can't deny that some things are pretty similar between the two countries, okay? We'll leave it at that. Don't want to ruffle any more feathers than I probably already have. So I have just been recovering. My voice is a little husky right now because I basically ran my body down almost to being ill. I had to take a rat test to come back into New Zealand, so no, I don't have COVID, and I did not have COVID while I was away, but I definitely felt run down. So basically I just pushed my body a little too hard, tried to do too many new things all at once without giving it the fuel that it needed, which is basically good rest. I did have days where I didn't have much on, but I still didn't get the sleep that I really needed to restore my body back to its very healthy state. So I did throw myself off a bit there, and I got very run down and very close to just becoming sick. So now this is catch up. I basically came home. I've been cooking my meals at home, which I haven't cooked in a really long time. I didn't cook the entire trip pretty much. So yeah, that was something. I am going to the gym again, which is amazing because my body really responds really well to physical activity. Of course, on the trip I was hiking and walking a lot and not physically doing weight training, but definitely working my body in different ways, but way more exhausting type of ways because it was all day. Whereas at the gym, it's just a concentrated amount of time where you're physically exerting a lot of energy, and the rest of the time I'm typically relaxing. So it's definitely taxing on the body, backpacking for that long, carrying so much on my back every day. If it wasn't the big backpack, it was my day bag, which was really heavy all the time. But it definitely reminded me of how taxing traveling can be, particularly the style of travel I do, which is adventure, fast-paced backpacking. All in all, these days in Wellington have basically been sleeping 10 hours each night, eating really good, wholesome, home-cooked meals, going to the gym, taking care of myself, resting, recharging, and getting ready for my next backpacking trip, which is only 9 days away. So I've learned a lot from Australia. I've learned what I need to bring with me, what I can leave at home. I've learned how to pack properly using my new gear, because this was the first trip using my brand new Peak Design backpack, which by the way, I love. I'm absolutely obsessed with the brand. I actually came home to a back-ordered item that I'd ordered from Peak Design to go with my backpack many months before, but because this item has been out of stock, it just came in. Basically a travel toiletry bag that is designed to fit into the Peak Design backpack that I ordered. I also have ordered a packing cube, which is still back-ordered. So that's right, I am leaving Wellington again for another 3-week holiday to Singapore and Nepal. That's coming up super fast. I really need to get myself sorted and organized. I have to get some money so I have some cash when I arrive in Singapore. I'm so excited to head over to Singapore and Nepal. Each destination is so unique. You know, Singapore is developed, wealthy, and like a really high-tech, fast-paced, big city. And Nepal is more rural, but it's also pretty hectic in Kathmandu. A little bit rugged, not as developed, a little more dirty with all the dusty roads. The infrastructure is a little lacking in the mountain roads of Nepal, but that's part of the charm of the destination. It's a very different juxtaposition to Singapore. So packing for this trip will be really interesting, and I'm probably gonna have some regrets about what I bring. I definitely brought way too much for Australia. I definitely shopped way too much in Australia, but I know that I'm probably not going to do the same. I won't say anything too soon because because I am a shopper. Singapore is a really good city for shopping. We'll see what happens, but I'll do my best. Anyways, that's my life at the moment. I'm so glad that it's spring, although it is really windy, and I know Wellington's really notorious for windy spring. So I've been dealing with the welly wind again. Upon my arrival, it has not really been a sunny day yet, just overcast and windy. That's okay though, I'm really enjoying my flat. I unfortunately have to get used to the construction noise again because that's definitely kicked off since I've been away the last 24 days. The construction has now come up like equal to where I live. So my view that I used to enjoy is now blocked off by a new high-rise building. So that's a little sad. But I had mentioned before in another update that I feel it in my heart that my time in this unit is definitely coming to an end. Sometime soon I will be looking to move. And even though I love this place and I love the safe sanctuary that it's provided for me the last, I don't know, like 8 months I think I've lived here, it's definitely time to move on, and I'm ready to move on to a bigger place. So it's just a new chapter in my life, and part of that is definitely going to involve saying goodbye to this beautiful studio, which has been my home, and it's been much appreciated. But change is good. Change is always welcome in my eyes, but for this unit, I've already started to sort of pull away mentally. So when I did come back to Wellington, I had the excited feeling of living in this city, but the feelings were not the same for this unit. So that's how I knew in my heart that it was time to move on and that I was now ready, but not from Wellington. I still have that giddy excitement walking around Wellington that I had in Sydney when I first arrived, and I knew that I loved that city. I still feel the same way for Wellington, New Zealand. So no, I'm not leaving Wellington anytime soon, but I definitely am going to be changing where I'm living. I can at least manifest that out into the universe now. I'm excited for that change, even though moving can be stressful. I'm ready for it, and I'm ready for the next step in my life, and that's so exciting because this new chapter that I'm in right now is brilliant, and I love every moment of it, and I'm so grateful for all the hard times I had to endure to get to the moment that I'm in now, because right now is the way that I truly want to live. It's the life that I've been dreaming of for years. And did I think I'd get emotional? No, but it just shows how grateful I am to be in this place, to be in this spot in my life right now. 30 years old, soon to be 31, and just eternally grateful for the many blessings that I have in my life. And that's no lie. All right, I'll leave it there before I turn into more of a crying mess. But of course, I keep it real on this channel, and sometimes we cry and we just roll with the punches. So thank you so much for listening to this update. Welcome to spring. Welcome to a brand new season of 2022. So I'll see you guys in the next update. Bye. Everybody, welcome to September 5th today. It's Monday, and I've been making a lot of plans for my upcoming Nepal and Singapore trip. I haven't really touched anything on the Singapore side of things, which will be the first destination that I arrive to, but I've definitely been making moves on the Nepal side of things. I've done a couple updates where I was really upset because my tour that I had booked in Nepal got canceled after I'd already booked a bunch of flights to line up with the dates of that tour, and I was really sad, and it had already been affected by the India portion being canceled as well. And I remember thinking, let me just scrap this whole trip. It's not working out. I realize now, because I was just waiting for this to happen. You would have seen that I just got back from Australia, and part of the 7 days of that trip, I went on an Intrepid tour, which was an awesome company, and I really discovered how great a tour company this was. I hopped onto the Intrepid website, and I'm not sure why I didn't do this earlier, but I found that they have Nepal tours. What? I didn't even know that they went to Nepal. Not only do they go to Nepal, but they also have like 26 different tours in the destination alone. Whether you're into hiking Mount Everest base camp, if you're just into cruising around. Of course, I had limited options now because I had already booked flights according to the other tours dates. Now I had to look on their website and see, do any of these tours align with the dates that I am now in Nepal? And there was only 2 options. The first tour didn't really appeal to me. It was missing out a lot of the destinations that I wanted to see. The second tour had perfect dates starting on the 25th September to the 3rd of October. However, it is a very high bougie premier tour. So they offer different styles of touring with Intrepid, and this one is the premium tour. This is the creme de la creme of the tours. If you want to go out all out, stay at fancy 5-star resorts, have included activities up the yin yang, this is the bougie type of tour that Intrepid offers. So guess who booked herself a premium Nepal tour? I can't believe I just spent that much money on myself, but honestly, I deserve it. The last chapter of my life was really hard. This chapter is just celebrating the hard work that I've done and rewarding myself for persevering and staying resilient through the tough times. I don't want to celebrate too soon because it is a little last minute request. We have to make sure that the providers in Nepal can accommodate an extra person on this tour. I think it should be good because this happened the last tour that I was on with Intrepid. I booked it really last minute and everything was fine. I was accepted onto the tour, but I can't believe that I'm going to be doing this amazing Nepal tour, which we're doing like incredible things like included in the tour are like a scenic Mount Everest flight. So I get to see Mount Everest from above. We're going to Chitwan National Park, which is where there are tigers and rhinoceros. So I'm so excited. I'm bringing my camera and I'm challenging myself to use my very good camera that I have not been using that frequently. And also just to enjoy being a bougie girl, because I oftentimes am the one traveling in hostel bunk bed dorm rooms and, you know, roughing it, so to speak. The amount of money I've dropped on this tour is insane. I also will have probably about 5 days after the tour ends to independently travel in Nepal, and that's where I'll probably do more of the budget side of things. And it worked out. That's the thing. It's just like things started to work out. So maybe it was always intended to be with Intrepid. I don't know. Whatever you believe, I just feel like things were meant to be as they were meant to be. And I didn't really know about this company until I did that Australia tour, which was just a few weeks ago. So I have a lot of confidence in what they can offer and provide. I've also been booking different hotels to line up with this new date. So when I first arrive now in Kathmandu, I have a free airport shuttle with my new hotel that I booked for one night. And it was $32 for one night in a hotel. It's so affordable in Kathmandu, and the money there is very low value compared to Western countries and even New Zealand. So my dollar goes a long way. So I'm just so interested and intrigued, and this tour had really high reviews as well. Things are just so exciting now. I'm so excited. I'm so happy because my whole mentality on this trip before was like, do I even go on this trip? And now it's like, of course you should go on this trip. I'm so excited. All right, that's my update. Apologies for the background construction noise. That's out of my hands, but I still needed to film and give this exciting update because it all just happened right now. And this is the best Monday ever. I'll catch you guys in another update. Bye. Hey guys, it's still the same day as my last update, but I had to pop on and give an update because the tour was confirmed. I'm going on the Intrepid Premium Nepal tour. I'm so excited. It happened so quickly. The girl on the phone told me it would take like 4 days maybe because they have to confirm that there's space for me in all the hotels on the ground in Nepal. So I was ready to wait a little bit, but the same day I got the email saying it's confirmed and I'm going on the Intrepid tour to Nepal. Luxury and lavish treatment that I'm going to be getting. I'm so excited for it. So I wanted to quickly just pop on and say we're confirmed. We're good to go to Nepal with Intrepid. And then I have a couple days after the tour to just independently get around on my own, which I'll be totally prepared for that because I would have been introduced to the country through the tour. I also went to the gym tonight and I feel strong and capable, and I think we should all have days where we just talk ourselves up a little bit. What is something that you love about yourself? Say it now, say it proud, and own it. All right, I'll catch you guys in another update. Bye!